I'm Lamb Chop. This here's my world. Shit, far and hot damn, we gonna have ourselves a drag race. Gyrate, gesticulate, and take care of business, you know what I'm saying. Alright there, Lamb Chop's world. Had people asking about my old Bandito Express pick-em-up truck over here. Show you what I done to it. It ain't real pretty and special or nothing. I use it, I work out of it if you can. Got a toilet in my back even. Some filling stuff from work. But I'll show her to you if y'all want to see it. It's just a little trinket. I lowered it 6 inches in the back and 4 inches in the front. After I smashed the hell out of it, I tore it up pretty bad. I'll see if I can post up a picture of what I done to it before I tried to fix it. Got 16-inch wheels on it, big old wide tires, so to speak. They took under there pretty good. Hi there, Sammy dog. What are you doing? You gonna be on the TV? That's old pretty Sammy dog. That's a really beautiful dog. Hey, Sammy. You want to show him the truck? But it's a 66 C10. I bought it, I actually won it on a auction on, what was that, eBay I think it was, before Craigslist or anything was anything. And I put a bid on it for 800 bucks, didn't think I'd get it, and I ended up winning it, so I had to drive to Georgia to go get it. It was an old 3-speed on the column, 6-cylinder, just an old farm truck. It was literally a farm truck from Georgia. It had about that much red clay caked up on the bottom of it everywhere, front to back. It was horrendous, but it actually protected it from rusting, I guess. I started sanding on it and was going to do body work and paint it, and then the ugliness kind of grew on me, I guess you could say. I'm going to be trying to do some attempting to do some old vintage lettering down the side of it here. It's probably going to say either Lamarosa Rails or Lamb Chop's World. I ain't decided. Maybe y'all can help me. I don't know. Somehow to try to make it look old. I don't know. Did all this. Come on over here. Did all this to the inside, which it's not pretty or nothing. It's just clean, I guess you could say, except for all the dirt. And I got I get slow. I know that glare's kind of funky on it. Shut up. You see you probably walk to the other side, see the gauges. I built this little console. Slowly. I built the console from scratch, and it's all. Let me walk to the other side. Oh, it's all just homemade garbage. Hey, look, Uncle Tony stickers. That made it go fast. With all these little panels, I hadn't put the radio in. They all they'll come off if you got to access anything to see kind of how it's made. I measured, I don't know, 4 million times before I could cut something to make it fit and go flush and smooth. This panel pulls out. This whole panel will pull up. I ain't never finished off the little shifter thing, so it's kind of cool. It's one of them stays in the same place and just wiggles. Seats come from the junkyard. I give 30 bucks for them. I hate to say it, but I think they come out of some kind of old Ford. But they were gray and black, and the truck used to be gray and black, so they matched pretty well. Painted up all this dash and stuff, and I made this instrument cluster here. It ain't the neatest and bestest, but, you know, it works for me, by golly. Except the fuel gauge ain't working right yet. I ain't figured that out, but I ain't too swift. Definitely got to get the old school crazy foot pedal, you know. And it is an automatic, but, you know, I'm either going to rig that clutch pedal up for a pump on a keg in the back, or, you know, I don't know. Everybody says real hot rods have 3 pedals, so I left it in there. I've got the old original radio come out. I just ain't put it back in yet. The gas tank is still behind the seat right here. So I got no excuses as to why my damn gas gauge ain't working. I can sure get to it. Painted up the little doors and sets and sanded them back down some to give it the, oh, I'm not finished look. Then you probably see it back over here. It's where I'm starting to lay out my lines for putting my letters in between them and trying to space it out. That's why that looks kind of retarded. I might make a video on that, but I don't know how good I am at it yet. So it might be a dumb video. It might be a video that shows you what not to do. I don't know, I ain't too great at it. Well, let me show you what's under here. It's just one of them GM Performance Crate 350 motors, just the 260 horse version, nothing spectacular at all, but it seems to run pretty good. And I built this little shroud. Might have to get back from it some to see it. I just built this out of one flat piece of sheet metal and a million measurements, but it's all one solid piece folded over almost like a cereal box, just into itself and into itself. Missed my measurement by about 1 inch. I wished it had come out just a little further to get the fan in there, but once it flexes out when I'm giving it gas, it's more or less flattened in there. It seems to run pretty good and cool. And like I said, Bull 350, 8.5 to 1 compression. Not no screamer by no means, but it gets me down the road just fine. It'll haul stuff pretty good. Kind of a funny story about it. Well, there's the front end of it. It's still filthy and nasty. This whole front clip, I got parts and pieces out of a feller out of somewhere. I think it might have been Georgia too, but he met me in Monteagle in Tennessee. This whole section here, a tree had fell down on the front clip and it was beat in. That's a lot of hammering, a whole lot of hammering. If you was here in person looking, you'd go, damn, should have hammered a little more. But I ain't no body man either. I do my best. It's got them silly, goofy little blue halos around the headlights you see at night when I turn them on. It's kind of neato. But this motor here, I put her in, and hell, it started right up and run pretty good. I'd done all right and drove it around, and it just kind of had that sound to it. And I figured, well, it's just a low compression, junky entry level crate, and that's how they sound. And I drove the hell out of it. Burnouts 1/4 mile long, all kinds of shit. I take this thing up to Murfreesboro to go hang out with Uncle Tony, do some head work on some heads I had. He was showing me how to port them and stuff. We decided to run the heads over to the machine shop to get them cleaned up a little better. And I'll tell you, Uncle Tony is the small block whisperer, because he got in the truck and I got out of the parking lot, didn't even go into second gear, and he goes, hey, this thing's missing. I said, bullshit. No, it is. You don't hear that? And I said, I thought it was just a weak motor. No, get back in it. We got in it, you know, leaving the stop sign, taking off. He goes, you got a dead cylinder. I said, no way. Because I'm not an engine guy, but I thought it sounded just shitty exhaust, this and that, blah, blah, blah. We come back, take the valve covers off, check the valves, because we adjusted them for the initial startup, never adjusted them again. Went down the passenger side, it was fine. Come on the driver's side here, number 7 in the back, loosened the valve, and it never got to clattering. And really loosened it, and it never got to clattering. We was like, oh shit. Well, long story short, the lifter was bad in it. Brand new motor, bad lifter. Got it back home, took it off, went to pull the push rod out, and I hear the metal from the little clips in the lifter going ding ding, falling out of it. I was like, ah. I pulled the intake off, put a new lifter in it, put everything back together. So far, she seems to be all right. If I can find my keys here, I'll start it for you. Not that it's something to hear or anything, but hey, it's mine, ain't it? And I like it. If she'll start. That's the Bandito Express. I'll be driving it in our Hendersonville parade, the Christmas parade here this Sunday, so that's why I'm trying to do some lettering on the side of her. But that's the Bandito Express. That's where